today I'm going to show you an easy recipe for making corn on the cob. Now you can see in the plate here that we've already shucked the corn and we have taken the ends off of it just because we don't need them. But this recipe is very easy and quick and delicious. So we have shucked the corn, taken all the silk off of it, and cut the bottoms off. And now all we're going to do is take butter and just spread the butter over each corn. And we don't have to worry about doing the butter all the way to the bottom, because as the butter melts, it's going to drip over the sides of the corn, and the corn will have the butter flavor. And then some of it will be on the bottom, so it'll get the bottom of the corn that way. Now,
wait, Grandma, the question everyone wants to know. Are your hands clean?
I have washed my hands with soap and scrubbed and scrubbed. Yes, my hands are clean, and I should have said that first. You must make sure your hands are clean before you start spreading the butter on. And if you're a little bit leery about spreading the butter this way, there are, if you follow me to my drawer, there are butter brushes.
Kind of big.
I can't find my butter brush.
Like a butter knife. It's got butter in the name.
Okay, but that's okay. We'll just, okay. So now that we have put the butter on the corn, we're going to sprinkle some salt over it. So, not too much, but enough to give it a little added flavor. Now I'm going to rinse the butter off my fingers in hot water. And a little Dawn soap, because Dawn cuts through grease very well. And now I'm going to put plastic wrap over this. So after you put the salt on it, now see, that's been very easy so far. You can see I have a lot of corn here because I'm preparing for extra people. And we take the plastic wrap, cover it, doesn't have to be real tight, and then we'll take it over and put it in the microwave. And then we'll turn the microwave on for 10 minutes with that amount of corn. Now, if you only had half that amount of corn, you could do it with 6 minutes. But 10 minutes should cook that amount of corn very nicely. And that's all there is to it. It's very simple. And take it out and eat it. Today we're going to make a pot of macaroni and cheese. And this is homemade mac and cheese. And we started here with a kettle full of water. I put a little salt and a little oil in the water to keep the macaroni from sticking together. And in this pot, we have the butter. This is where I'm going to make the cream sauce that's going into the macaroni. So I'm making a lot of macaroni. So I put 2 cubes of butter, but you can just cut this recipe in half when you're making it. So I'm going to thicken. We're going to make a roux, which is our butter and our flour, and we'll stir that and let that just cook for a couple minutes. And we don't want it too thin or too thick, so we want to reach kind of a balance here. Okay, so that's what I would do if I were doing a regular batch. But this is an extra batch, so I put an extra 1/4 pound of butter, and then I'll put another batch of flour in to thicken it. And then we're going to use Carnation. You can use pet milk or any evaporated milk. We're going to put 2 cans in because we're making a double batch. Okay, let me throw this away. Excuse me. Okay.
Excuse me, small child. Shoo, shoo. Okay.
Okay. And now we're waiting for this cube of butter to melt, and it's melting pretty nicely. So we can put our extra flour in, another scoop of flour. And we're waiting for the water to boil for the macaroni. And while we're waiting, we will go ahead and pursue our cream, our filling for the macaroni and cheese. And the cheese, I like to use either a medium cheddar or Colby cheese, and or a Longhorn cheese actually is my preference, but it's not always easy to find. But medium cheddar is good. So I've cut that already, prepared that. And we're just waiting now for our roux to cook. And it's just about ready. And so while that's happening, I'll rinse my hands off. And tonight for our dinner, with the macaroni and cheese, we are having the sausages that I showed you earlier. And we're having the corn on the cob. And after I get the macaroni and cheese in the oven, I'm going to also make a salad to go with it. And it would be just a nice green salad. We're almost ready. Maybe just a little bit of flour, a little more flour. Okay. So we mix that in until it's nice and smooth and all blended. And our macaroni water is almost ready. So we will come over here and open our evaporated milk to put into the roux. That was a little tough opening it, but it opened. And give it a good shake. Okay. All right. So now this is almost ready. And then we have our little pet Sugar that's saying, what are you cooking today? Okay. Okay, I think we are almost ready to put the spaghetti in. It has the macaroni and meat. It hasn't quite come to a boil yet, but it's just about there. Okay, our roux is starting to bubble, so we'll put our evaporated milk in the roux. And we'll put about a half a can.
What's going on in here? Who took over my show?
Your mother.
It's not cool. Not cool. Alright, fine. I see how it is. See how it is.
It's done.
Okay.
The fortnite game. That is my fortnite game done.
Now, as that cooks, or as it gets hot, it will thicken because we have plenty of flour in there to thicken it. And we'll put just rinse the can out a little bit to get the rest of the milk. Okay. and now we're going to put some salt and pepper in. Give it a good seasoning.
I would say like brown
And just regular pepper.
or something. Is it brown or black?
And I'm going to need to fill my salt shaker. Okay, now we're ready to put the macaroni into the boiling water. And we're using, I have a 2-pound bag here because I'm making a lot tonight. And I will put a little bit more in. And that might be enough. Let's see. I think with everything else we're having, that could possibly be enough.
And for how many people are coming tonight, Grandma?
A total of possibly 14 if Tony comes. And I'm thinking she's coming.
So 14 people. How many bags of mac and cheese?
2 pounds
2 pounds of elbows.
of elbow macaroni and cheese, macaroni. And I didn't put the last, maybe 3/4 of a cup. All right, knock it off. But I think this will be, I don't know, maybe I'll put the rest of it in. Okay, and you must keep stirring the roux or it will start sticking to the bottom of the pan.
A pot. I think that's a pot. Is that a pot?
It's a pan
I
or a pot, which
think it's a pot.
okay, well, we'll call it a pot. It could be either. A pan is probably more flat, like what these sausages are in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's see if we have enough macaroni here.
You're shaking it too much. You gotta keep it still. That's why the other one's a little bit better.
I used the whole 2 pounds.
Ooh, that smells good.
Good. As soon as we get it in the oven, then I'll make the salad
Can you help me get over that side?
and we'll set the table.
Hey, Dad, can you help me get all the way over there? Me too.
Now the macaroni is finished cooking. It took about 10 minutes. And so now we're going to drain the water out of it and then put it in our baking dish. So I'm going to need some pot holders because that pot is hot. And you can see we've got a lot of macaroni. Whoop.
Is this fried or no?
Dad, 666 is called. 5, 4,
Hello. Yes, right.
Okay, that's about half of it.
666.
We'll let that strain. And
Oh, and once we were doing
in the meantime, we'll spray the baking dish. We're going to spray it with some buttery nonstick cooking spray. And
Audrey, no barking.
Okay.
sugar, it's okay.
Sugar.
Could I have one?
No,
Yes.
Ozzy. No.
Did you say yes?
No.
Run away.
I broke your phone.
Okay.
Me coming. You want it.
After we shake the water out.
Grandma Quincy wants to have, what's that smell?
And
Why
then,
does it smell like chocolate?
no,
Almost in the top.
Stir that
seven.
up.
Can Quincy have one of these?
That's
No.
you guys need to
No,
get away
no.
from the hot stuff.
No, you guys
so you don't
cannot.
get burned.
Quincy,
See, that's
Audrey.
awfully hot. Hot,
Audrey.
hot.
What?
Audrey, come here right now.
What?
1, 2,
Now we're going to put half of the sauce in. And we'll stir it.
Ah, it's fogging up the camera lens.
Because of the steam from the heat of the...
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's better.
Okay, now we'll put our cheese in it. It's all right. It's all right.
Hey, yeah, you. Hey, you. Hey, I'm walking here. You better be sorry. Oh, good. That's a good girl.
And you can turn that off. Just hit the timer. Up to the right. Up there.
Right here?
There.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lane's car looks cool.
Bless you.
Black and yellow,
Thank
black
you.
and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
I'm going to have to make some more sauce because it's not enough for the amount of... You can turn it off.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, we're totally covered with cheese here now on the macaroni, and we're going to put a little bit of, we're going to put a little bit more sauce over the top, and then it's ready to go into the oven. And we can set it in without a cover. Try to get it as evenly as possible.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, there you go. Okay. Now, we're going to put this in the oven. And while it's cooking, we'll wait about a half hour, and then we'll cook the sausages, and we'll make the salad while this is cooking for the first half hour. We'll make the salad, and then we'll turn on the sausages, and dinner will be almost ready.
Okay, cool.